Hello traders, today is Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. I'm going to go over um, some names today. All of them are big caps. I'm covering all the Magnificent Seven and adding a couple of other names. Anyways, this is not financial advice. This content is for educational purposes only. Please make sure to do your own research before you risk any of your capital. That being said, let's start with Apple. And look at this chart. I was playing earlier this morning with the Fibonacci, which I don't use very often, but I decided to see how this looks. And one thing that was surprising was how the levels actually worked. If we actually start the Fibonacci right here on August 5th, when you had this drop, and now going up. But what is coming out is this right here. So this is not a confirmation of a price target, but we might see ourselves at 260 in the near future. I don't know. It would be fantastic if this actually retest 237. At this point, we are at price discovery. So we basically have to base our thesis on, let me get rid of this. On levels of support, and the only support level that we have is 237. Anyways, this still look very strong. It's a little bit on the overbought side, but it's not looking bad, to be honest. The MACD and the TSI are looking pretty good. The TSI is actually looking pretty strong. And the chart itself, as I was telling you, back from here in this area at 225, this name was looking strong, and it got stronger once it went over the 35 SMA. Now, again, I would love to see a little bit of red, but the market is looking, especially on these names, is looking pretty strong. And I don't know. We'll see what happens in the towards the end of the week. But I gotta be honest. So far, I mean, it's Tuesday, and the last 2 days have been super strong. Last month was my best month, and it seems like I'm starting the month in a very strong way. Anyways, I've been day trading Apple for the most part, and it has worked out for me very, very nicely. If I go to the 5 minutes, I can tell you I did have some calls that I bought. I don't remember exactly. I think I bought them in this area. I don't remember exactly, but I did sell within the first hour of trading, somewhere in this area right here. But I've been playing. I'm not sure if I did anything else. I've been trading Apple and Amazon very, very heavily, but it hasn't been that difficult, to be honest, especially with the market moving the way it's moving. But anyways, I would put a prayer for retest of support, and maybe we get that, and we might see a continuation to the upside. But Apple is looking pretty strong. Your support level right now, 237.5, and obviously no resistance. We're in price discovery. This is fantastic. This thing is looking beautiful. And if you go to, let's take a look at the weekly. You have no, actually on the daily, in my opinion, looks better. Let's put a trend line. A trend line right here. Look at this thing. Look at my kid is screaming in the background. But look at this thing. You had it right here, and you had this level of resistance at prior or previous all-time highs. And look at that reaction. Beautiful. Anyways, let's move on to the next name, and that would be AMD. I mentioned AMD yesterday. Yesterday, AMD was up, I believe, 3 point something percent. Let's take a look over here. 3.5, 3.56%. Today, it finished flat, but I do believe that there is definitely an opportunity here. MACD and TSI are looking beautiful. RSI is already pointing, well, it's flat today, or it finished flat today, but I'm starting to like this chart very much. I think we're gonna go towards 150. Once we get to that point, maybe we can reassess and start thinking if we mount, then definitely going to fill this gap. You have a decent amount of liquidity here, so this area might be a little bit challenging, even though you have a price gap right here. But I think that we are well on our way to 151. I think semis are lagging, and these are the next push. This is just my personal opinion. So I like the fact that it was flat today. I'm not sure what happened after hours. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. Today I was trading Amazon, so I wasn't looking at AMD. But you had a nice push, and then wait, am I on the right day? No, that's yesterday. And today was completely flat on the 35 SMA. But yesterday you had a nice push, and you're basically staying there. That's actually good. Let's take a look at the 15 and see how that looks. The 15 looks beautiful as well. Oh boy. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. On the 30-minute, let's go to the 1. Keeps getting better. Anyways, I'm liking this a lot. I might end up trading AMD tomorrow. I might actually, if I get in, I would probably buy March calls and keep them for maybe 3-4 days, or I don't know, maybe a week. But I will go with March calls. Anyways, this is looking fantastic. Let's move on to Amazon, and another very, very strong name. I think we're gonna hit all-time highs sooner than what we actually think. I was day trading Amazon throughout the whole, not the whole day, but because I was kind of busy, but I did buy right on the get-go. In the beginning of the day, I did ride this towards, I think, this area right here. And then when I came back to my office, I saw this reaction on the 35 SMA, and I got somewhere in one of these candles right here, either this one or this one right here, probably the green one. And then I checked my phone. I was out of my office, checked my phone. Somewhere around here, I was like, I'm out. And it's funny because when we had this drop, I was telling myself I should get back in. But the other side of me told me, you already made a lot of money today. Just let it be. And the reason why is because I was like, if this continue going down, I might actually wait. But I think there was the right call. I think I'm gonna get back in tomorrow. This actually closed in a very nice way on the MACD and the TSI. And again, all my calls, even though some of these moves or my entries are on options, and even though I'm day trading, I've been buying March calls. And the reason for that is because if it gives me a little more, I don't know, peace of mind. And I think it's a better idea to buy, to trade like that. And that's just the way I like it. It works out for me. And so, yeah, it was a pretty good, nice move for me. Anyways, I think we're going to hit 215 or 216. We'll see what kind of reaction we get there, if we're going to retest or maybe form a double top and then continue towards the downside. We'll see. But this name is looking strong. MACD, even though it's over the 0 line, the same with the TSI, they're looking pretty good, and the RSI is not overbought at all. So in general terms, this name is looking fantastic. It's been very giving on day trading, but yeah, that's what I have for Amazon. We're well on our way to 216. Now we have to really keep an eye on that area. Let's see what happens tomorrow if we get rejected. And then, if we mount, then we're going to rally a little bit because during price discovery, there's no liquidity, and then people tend to jump into these kind of moves. But if we get rejected, we might get an opportunity if we get back towards 200. That would be fantastic, actually. But I think I want to get on AMD and Amazon tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how the charts look. Now let's move on to, what else do I have? And I said I was going to check into the Magnificent 7. And let's take a look at Google. And flat today. Let's go to the 5-minute and see how this looked pretty flat actually after yesterday's run, somewhere around, I guess, 10:30 Pacific time yesterday. After that, you're flat straight on the 35 SMA on the 5-minute chart. You're about to hit the 200 SMA, or you almost did. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but I like the fact that Google trade the way it did. Now, when you see this candle, a neutral, undecisive candle, it could be a little bit spooky. I understand that, especially coming from Google, that, as I mentioned yesterday and before, still has some, bad news or possible negative catalysts coming from the Department of Justice. That being said, on the technical level, now you're well on that 35 SMA. So you're reclaiming the 35 SMA with this doji candle. So we'll see what we get. We still have the support area at 171. But I think if we get into the 174 level, we're going to have more possibilities of 175. However, I think if we break 175, we're going to have a nice way towards 180. Easy. So 175 is actually critical as a resistance level. MACD and TSI are not looking bad at all. RSI is flat and neutral, but we'll see if we get any volume or momentum tomorrow to the upside and see if we actually break 175. The good thing for today is that we are maintaining ourselves on top of the 35 SMA, which means that if there was a 50 SMA indicator here, you're right under it. So the 50 SMA is probably somewhere around here. Actually, why not take a look at this and do that experiment really quick. Oh, actually, you're under. Yeah, so you were under. I don't know why I thought I was going to be on top, but yeah, this is actually looking better on the 50 SMA, but I like to use a 35 anyways, especially on the daily chart. So yeah, now I want to see the 20. Sorry for doing this to you, but yeah, so the 20 is right on it. So the 20 SMA is on the resistance level of 175. Makes sense. Okay, let's go back to 35 and move on to the next name. Anyways, keep an eye on 175 as resistance and the 35 SMA as your support level. You break 35 to the downside, and then you have to maintain 171. Let's do Meta, if I can find it. Look, Max was almost. Let's take a look at Max really quick. Beautiful chart. I showed you this yesterday. Let's get back to this and let's find Meta. Okay, Meta. So let me take a quick note on this on Meta. Look at this. All-time highs, price discovery as well. I told you about Meta on the 29th, which was on this candle right here. What did I say? If we break over the 35 SMA and we break this resistance level, kind of like what is happening in Google right now, we're going to rally. That's what happened. All-time highs, another 3.5%. Yesterday, what it was 3.22%. This is insane. Before I get mad at myself, look at this move. Right from the beginning of the day, boom. Look at this beauty. And then the day before. Okay. Well, I didn't take advantage of this move. I was trading Amazon and I did pretty good on Apple, but I also wish I was also paying attention to this. Before, back in the day, I used to trade with a very small watch list, but I just had to adapt to the fact that the market was so, I guess, all over the place. So the other day I was thinking maybe I should slowly going back into a smaller watch list. I don't know. Anyways, Meta is looking fantastic. Support level is this trend line right now. You might retest it and maybe continue going up, but there is momentum for sure. MACD and TSI are not looking bad at all. I wouldn't be surprised if you get a little bit of red in the next few days. That would be normal. Even if you retest, or even if you go down towards 574, which would be another gift from the trading gods, and there might be an opportunity there. If you come down towards 575, pretty much, you're meeting the 35 SMA as well. I don't know. This still look good. In my case, I guess for trading this, the train already left, but it might come back for me if we retest or if we come down towards this level. Again, these names are looking super strong, and I want to mention Microsoft because, well, a pretty obvious reason why I want to mention Microsoft is because it's lagging a little bit and it's still trying to mount this level at 431, which is the same level we were talking about yesterday. Now let's take a look at this. If you take a look at this candle, there was a pullback in the beginning of the day. I wasn't looking at this chart in the morning, and then buyers came back in. So let's take a look at that. Yeah, so there was a pullback right here. It wasn't at the beginning of the trading day. You were basically flat, and then you came back up. So on the 5-minute chart, you had this beautiful rebound on the 200 SMA, and then you came back towards this level, closing right under 431. This or this level. You're right, at 431 actually. But it would be fantastic if we actually see a little more momentum. I do think that, and I was as I was driving back home today, I was thinking, you know, I might be getting to Microsoft, because if it breaks this level at 431, we're definitely gonna move. We're definitely gonna move, and there is opportunity here. Now, I could buy March options, or maybe April options. They are more on the pricey side. Let me see if I can actually get you or tell myself the price. And as of today at close, March are basically the 440 calls. Wow, that's a stretch. The 440 calls that would put you right somewhere on this level right here. It's not too bad. Are $2,000. And let's go to April. 2,600. I think I like this actually better because they are 435. That's beautiful. 435, and here I am at 4. Yeah, there's a big spread. We'll see how this looks tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna jump on this and buy some calls. They're a little bit pricey. That's fine, but I think the risk reward is there. Now, if you break this level right here at 431, you have low liquidity here. You're gonna move smoothly to the upside. MACD and TSI are neutral, basically flat. That's also a good thing. Microsoft is looking fantastic. Let me take, somebody took my post-its. Okay, let me take, what is this? Okay, let me take a note. AMD and Microsoft. What else was I thinking about? Amazon, yeah. But those are my, sorry for doing this while I'm doing the video, but you know, sometimes I don't have enough time in the day, which is a good thing. Okay, let's move on to the next name. And that is, where are you? Another name that I'm liking a lot. And that is NVDA. Now, NVIDIA was up today 1.2% basically. I love this candle. You're right under the 35 SMA and right under this resistance level at 140, 141. Now, remember what I said on, or what happened on Meta. The setup is the same as far as resistance on the 35 SMA and resistance on a key level. In this case, is a 141 level. Now you don't have a trend line, you don't have the same pattern. I get that. But I think if we break the 35 SMA, if we break 141 resistance key level, we are going to rush again towards what I want to put here. Let me put this as a resistance level, which is an all-time high resistance level. We're probably going to move towards 150. MACD and TSI are starting to take shape. Volume is coming in, and you have not a lot of resistance as far as liquidity in this area. So we might actually move very nicely. Now, out of curiosity, I want to take a look. You're right on it after hours, or you were, which doesn't mean much. Anyways, keep an eye on this resistance level. If we get rejected, well, if we get rejected, we might actually see a continuation towards 130. But if we mount it, we are going to go towards 150. That's my opinion, and I think that would probably be the case if volume comes in. Now you have this level of resistance here as well at 150. Let's put it here. 159, 149.55. Pretty much, yeah, 149.88, 150. This is looking absolutely interesting. That 35 SMA is your level of resistance. That 141 is, or 140, 141 is your second level of resistance. This is looking great. If we mount tomorrow, everybody's gonna be happy. I will be happy. Anyways, I have NVDA calls, by the way. Let's do QQQ. I haven't mentioned QQQ in a long time, and why not mention it now? SQQQ is probably bleeding, but let's talk about QQQ. I think we're on price discovery again, all-time highs. I did put this here. I didn't mention. I think I did put this on X yesterday or the day before, but I think my comment was like, can you see it? And it was obvious. We are breaking resistance at 515, which was prior all-time highs, and now you are claiming this level. We'll see what happens tomorrow. If there is momentum, we're gonna come on top, and then retest my cam. Who knows? But this is looking good. MACD and TSI are not looking bad at all, and the RSI is also looking very positive. Now let's finish this video with Tesla. Let me take a quick note here. Okay, not looking bad. Also, now this is a little more extended in my opinion. MACD and TSI are a little bit precarious, meaning that when these start getting flat and anything, it tends to go, in this case, to the downside. That's just what I'm saying on my experience, like being obsessed with the MACD and the TSI and how they behave. Now it doesn't always happen, which is fine, but I think it's on a safe area. The range that I was giving you yesterday is still the same range that I'm gonna give you today, which is 314 towards 365 or 363 in this case. That's fine. But if we continue going to the downside, today we were down 1.6%, we're gonna probably see a very decent support at 330. So I think that this range is still very good. I think if we break 315 or 314, you're definitely going straight to 300. But we can, cross that bridge when we get it, when we get to that bridge. But anyways, this is not looking bad at all. It's not looking great. But I do believe that any positive catalyst would definitely break this barrier that we currently have at 365, which is completely, we all know that. And, if there is any negative catalyst, it can bring us down towards 330 or so. But anyways, Tesla in general is not looking bad. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Look at this. I was talking to you about Tesla on these areas. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're welcome. there is similarities to what we saw here. I remember I started buying Tesla back in 2000. Wow, I was buying down here. I was back in no, it wasn't. Yeah, back in November or December of 2018. There is where I started buying Tesla. Wow, that's insane. Time flies. Wow. Okay. Anyways, now we're here, almost at 365. Anyways, this is not looking bad at all. Let's take a look at a monthly, just because look at that candle. Bada bing, bada boom. Beautiful. Anyways, Tesla is not looking bad. It might actually range a little bit, which wouldn't be a bad thing. But anyways, I think this name has a little bit more to go. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit all-time highs sometime in the beginning of next year. But we'll see. But anyways, I don't want to make any predictions, especially about that type of price targets. But anyways, I don't think this is looking bad at all. Okay, friends, I got other things to do, I guess, and it's pretty late. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Other than that, I will see you. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make a video tomorrow, but I will see you on Thursday for sure. Thank you. Bye bye.